Good morning, guys. Summer here, and welcome back to the Greensboro Downtown Yoga YouTube channel. If you've been hanging out with me this week or in the past, you know that May was a really tough month for me. My dad passed away, and as a caregiver for him for the past year with my mom and husband, it's been a little tough. So we've been adjusting to that new normal, and with everything going on in our world as well, I just decided this week in our yoga practice, we need to focus on us and our bodies and how they move in space. So today, this is a slow flow practice. And slow flow is essentially an opportunity to slow down our movements, to extend our breaths. It doesn't necessarily mean it's easier. It just means it's different than a power type class. So I encourage you to take the opportunity today to find the joy of movement. You will need a strap for today's practice, whether that is a physical yoga strap, your dog leash, a towel, a blanket, just something hanging around for you to use in today's practice. All right, we are going to start at the back of our mat in a child's pose position. Bring your arms in front of you and settle low into your legs. Let's immediately find connection to our breath. Feel the deep rise and lower of your chest. Find these moments of breath, knowing that they are a life force, they are moments of movement today and every day. Big deep inhale through your nose, exhale out your mouth. Inhale as you restrict the back of your throat. Find an Ujjayi breath, which means you inhale and exhale through your nose. Walk your hands to the right side of the mat and feel this great long stretch. Today we're going to really focus on how we can open up across our chest and into our hips. Two major areas that we hold tightness, we hold emotion. Walk back to the other side. Come back to center. Find our way onto all fours. Roll your back over. That's not too difficult. Arch, look in. Round, look into our tummy. Arch, look to the sky. Do that a few more times. Finding the movement in our spine. I apologize, I had forgotten to change our playlist. Oh, we didn't want the upbeat power one. As you're here, cat and cow is one of the most common yoga things to do. And yet, how often do you really pay attention to the articulation and to your breath? I've been dealing with this neck injury, which is just kind of all over my back and everything since November. And I've been in physical therapy, and one of the things that he says to me all the time is, Summer, don't forget to breathe. So even though I'm really great about it when I'm in my yoga practice, I forget about it in daily life and in daily things, and I just kind of breathe naturally. And cat and cow, as opposed to he has me do a lot, it's really gotten me thinking about how many of us, even in our yoga practice, neglect that breath. Turn to a neutral spine. Rotate and look to your right hip. So it's like you're trying to pull a string from your shoulder and your hip towards each other. Come back to center and shift to the other side. Just do that at your breath pattern, your focused movement. And the movement into your vertebrae, into your body. Into center, neutralize your spine. Tuck your toes under and sit onto your feet. Find this place where all 10 toes are on the ground. For those of you who joined me for classes, you know this is probably one of my favorite places to go, and it's kind of a journey as to why I love this position. It's because it used to be one of the most painful things for me to do. For my ankle, for my feet burned, my toes burned, and I've learned as I've practiced it more and done it over the years that I have a lot more movement and a lot more control of my toes now, which helps with balance positions, which helps with work. So if you're here and your feet are on fire, I understand. I know that feeling. So take a big deep inhale, lift up tall. Exhale your hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands heart center. Stay low on your feet. Now lift up. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands together behind your back. Look to the sky. Or squeeze your shoulders together. Inhale, sit low. So find movement into our shoulders as we get this dynamic moment. Breathe. Come down, stay low on your feet. Hands come to heart center. Big deep inhale. Step your right foot forward, lean into it. Now you're gonna get this just kind of a little dynamic lean. Sit up tall. Step the other foot forward. Now maybe you like to place your hands on the leg, but I want us to stay tall, so I don't want our hands to come to the floor. You're just breathing and stepping into this. If you find that your hips are really tight and you're having to swing your leg around, just know and be aware of that. I'm kind of doing it on this side. Again, remember our hips and our shoulders hold those emotions. So it could be something you're holding on to. I will not deny that I have a lot of emotions going on right now. And we all do. Last one. Come up tall. Sit low. Inhale. Interlace your hands. Exhale. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, right foot steps through. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Reach, step through. Inhale as you come onto your heels. That's what I want. Exhale, you lift forward. Inhale, your arms reach overhead, your knees stay under. Right foot steps through. Let's do it one more time each side. If it's not exactly like me, don't worry. No one is ever exactly the same. It's the journey of life. To kneeling. Make your way to a standing position, just however that feels good for you. Come to the front of the mat. Big deep inhale, lift up. Grab your right wrist, lengthen it over to the side. Inhale, center. Left side. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back. Find a low lunge. Step your right foot back in. Forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, rise to the sky. Little baby back bend, maybe. Exhale, fold over. Find the length on the back of your legs. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, hands beside foot. Bend your knees as much as you need to step your left foot back. Slide your left foot in, forward fold. So notice it's kind of a reverse of what we were doing a moment ago, right? Grab your right wrist, lengthen over. Inhale, left wrist, lengthen. Feel the space between your rib cage. Little baby back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway rise. You're used to yoga, you're used to this little sun salutation with this variation on it. Step back, right leg. Lift your chest. Maybe your back knee comes to the floor and you lift up your arms, or maybe you do that with your back knee lifted. It's your choice. Hands come down. Step in. Rise up. Inhale. Straight down. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your shoulders together so you find that long neutral spine. Fold over. As you do, you bend your knees so you can slowly and safely step back to your lunge position. Bend your knee onto the floor. Rise up. Inhale. Exhale. Back foot slides in. Rise up. We're going to do that one more time each side. Start with your side bend. Feel the reach out the side of your body. Connect in with the joy that is this movement, that is your side body. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, right leg slowly steps back. Back knee on the ground. Lift up. Push more into that front hip. Slide your back foot in. Fold over. Inhale, rise. Straight back down, forward fold. Maybe you shut your eyes this last time as you connect in with the movement. Left foot slides back. Bend your knee. Slide in, bend, roll up. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, hands heart center. I'm gonna grab our strap. I'm gonna come facing forward. Take your strap about hand or shoulder distance apart. Feet under your hips. Press it or pull out on that strap. Lift your arms so they come over your head and back down. Just gonna step up. Lift up. And stillness there. So we're trying to find this place where I'm going to do it here from the side. Notice how I don't start to break right here, right? I'm not pushing my rib cage forward. Just lifting my arms until they can no longer go behind me. Each time I go a little bit deeper. Maybe. One more. Come back to center. Lower the strap down. And you're going to place it onto the bottom of your right foot. Stand up as tall as you can. Press your left foot into the ground as you extend your right leg. Lift and lower. I'm pressing my heel forward so I get this stretch behind my knee. It's about how straight you can get the leg versus how high you can get it. So if you are here, that's not what we want. We want straight. It might be right there. That's okay. Hold this next one up. Hold. Bring the strap into your opposite hand. So your right leg is forward. It's your left hand that's grabbing the strap. And we're going to rotate, look over our back shoulder. Come back to center. Bring our leg in and lower down. Before we do the other side, take the strap now wider in your hands. Okay? Just kind of notice the difference between your two legs at the moment. I think it's kind of an interesting feel. All right, your arms are nice and wide. They're going to come up and back. And you are trying to go as wide as you need to get your arms to come all the way back behind. The narrower your hands are, the harder it becomes on that shoulder rotation. If you find that you're having to bend your elbows, take your hands wider. Or bend your elbows. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It just gives you that feedback to know that you are tight in your chest. And that's, again, not an uncommon thing. Let's breathe and move. Hold this next one with your arms lifted. Let's bring our strap down to our foot, left foot. It's the other side. Make sure you do the other side. Hold the strap tight as you lift and lower. Find this way that you can stand as tall as possible. Move our foot up and down with ease. As we focus on our breath. Hold the next one with your leg lifted. Grab the strap with your right hand. Let's rotate and look around. I've been dealing with this injury. I don't know, I think it might be kidney stones, who knows, but I ended up in the emergency room last week with this pain so deep in my right side, throwing up and whatever. So this is really tough for me right now. But maybe you can really rotate and look over your back shoulder. I told you, May was a tough month. I'm kind of ready for it to be. Ready as ever. Come back to center. Release. Just stretch out your feet. Find find that place right here. Come back to the front of your mat. Just place your strap on the floor in front of you. We're going to need it again in a moment, but not yet. Big deep inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees so they are deep. Now maybe you like your feet a little wider for this to open up the hips, and that's fine. You're going to bring your hands together on your back. Interlace them, just like we were doing earlier. Then press them up to the sky and find and allow the weight of gravity to take them forward. And just kind of notice where you're at today. Maybe you're feeling tighter into that chest or somewhere else. You find what works for you. Maybe you want to straighten your legs. I don't know. It's about you finding the movement and the moments that give you joy, that are joyful in movement. Bring your hands to the small of your back and then to the floor in front of you. Bend your knees and just find your way to a seated position. We're going to take our strap and place it around the bottom of your right foot. Sit up just as tall as we were when we were standing. Now lift your leg off the ground and lower. And really use the strap as an assist to lift the leg. I'm wanting us to focus on that stretch behind our leg. Now lift your leg. You're going to roll your back. So I'm far enough on my mat. Roll yourself down one vertebrae at a time until you are lying down. And I love that transition to get there because hopefully you came with your knees straight. If you want to place the other foot on the floor and bend your knee, you can, or keep it straight, kind of whatever your choice is. But again, this is about how straight can our knee be, not about how far and close in, how close in it is. Take the strap into your opposite hand and cross your body, just like we did standing. Feel that stretch down the side of your leg. Come back to center. Take the strap into the same hand, and now open your leg out to the side. Now the harder parts of this, you don't want to let your opposite hip just lift off the floor and let this leg go as low as you can. You want to keep your hip on the floor. I find a lot of times what I do is use my elbow as kind of a support so that I can let my leg go out long. Also, if you have blocks or something like that, you could place it under your leg as a way to kind of give you an assisted stretch as well. Some people like the foot on the floor. It is your choice. That feels kind of nice today. Let's come back to center. Extend your leg if it wasn't. Lower your leg slowly down to the floor. As you do, you feel your upper body start to roll up and bring you to a seated position. Let's do the other side. Your strap around your foot. Sit up tall. And your shoulders away from your ears. Big deep inhale. Exhale, one vertebrae at a time. You roll down over your leg as straight as it can be. And I don't know if you just noticed it on mine because you're probably too focused on your body. But I just hyperextended my knee, which meant I went back too far. I need to make sure I do have that tendency to keep my leg neutral If you find that you are going beyond the normal range of motion, which honestly is really hard to know if you don't see it in the mirror or someone points it out to you ever. But if you find that like you get knee pain or the back of your knees hurt sometimes, get someone to take a picture of you. And while you're standing, and I'll show it at the end, you might have a hyperextension into your knees. I had no idea I did it until a dance teacher pointed it out to me in college. And I was like, you are right. I am very hyperextended. I had no idea. It just was comfortable to me. Take the strap into your opposite hand, cross over your body. And I say even to this day, it feels when I'm not hyperextended, pushed back, it feels like I've got like a bend in my knee. Because essentially I do for my knee. But it's not healthy. The joint doesn't like to be pushed back that far. The other place it happens a lot with is elbows. You'll see people when they extend their arm, their elbow, as you walk in. Come back to center. Stretch out to the opposite side. There's one thing to be mobile. We like mobility, but we don't like hypermobility or too much of it. Again, it's all about that joy of movement, discovering your body. Bring your leg back to center. Grab the straps, lower your leg. As your leg starts to lower, you little by little bring yourself back. Find your tall seated position, and now bring your strap around both feet. Sit up really tall. Pull your legs so they're straight. Now notice my feet are a little bit wider. They're not glued together. I just kind of wanted to take on that distance of my hips. Sit up tall. And then start to walk yourself forward. And stop where your back is neutral. This is a really interesting place to me because I am super mobile in my hamstrings. Super bendy, flexy, can forward fold, standing without a wobble. But this is very tough for me because my back is so tight. And I hold a lot of tension in my mid-back and my upper back, just in general. And so I get restricted. So as I try to reach for my toes and keep that into my hamstrings, my back prevents me. Because notice I don't get much difference when I go here in terms of my hamstring length. Notice yourself. Just kind of pay attention. Bring yourself up to seated. Place the strap off to the side. Finish by taking your right leg, cross it over your left. So I want that ankle bone to be there in the middle of your knee and stacked on top. Now maybe you go a little bit wider, which is what I have to do. So this. Or maybe, you sit here with crossed leg. You find what's comfortable. Sit up as tall as you can. Then rotate, look to your right knee. Find that small amount of spinal rotation. Sit up tall. Now bring your hands together behind you. Now maybe this is where it stays. Maybe you want to start to bring your hands up and go into a reverse prayer. Wherever you are, it's about pressing your shoulders forward. Backwards, and your chest forward. So that you start to look to the sky and feel the expansion across the front of your chest. Release your hands. Find that place, that moment. So my bone and my ankle is not in the right spot, instead of being like this, it's like this, and that position's not comfortable, it's where I just don't do that. Rotate around. Just gives a little cushion onto the bone. Yeah, I'm a mess. I have had so many orthopedic injuries. I've had 5 orthopedic surgeries, 2 head surgeries. I've had more injuries than I can count. Come back center. Bring your hands together behind you. And I think that the interesting thing with that is it's given me a really big perspective of, we're all different, and each of us has different injuries and different stories and different illnesses that make us who we are. And if you can't do exactly what we ask, but you're still moving, that's the joy of movement, right? That's what it's about. May it become a joke in the family, like, can someone go 6 months without an injury? I don't know if I ever have. It's not all stupid. Like when I bit into a sunship and it cracked and it tore a ligament in my neck. Who knows? Come down. Well, let's find a tall seated position. However's comfortable for you. We always have to kind of laugh at ourselves in some ways. That's what life is. It's a journey. Shut your eyes. Go out into the rest of this day, knowing that we can't control everything. Allowing the joy of movement and the focus on breath to be what carries us through. Till next time, I'm Summer. Thank you.